I was just trying to grab a quick lunch at McDonald's, but what I witnessed that day was something straight out of a reality TV show. The air was thick with tension, the kind that makes your skin prickle. Behind the counter, a young cashier stood frozen, her eyes wide as condiment packets flew past her head. Ketchup, mayonnaise, and tartar sauce packets rained down like confetti at a parade gone wrong. Across the counter, a woman in her 50s, with a sleek bob haircut and designer sunglasses perched on her head, was losing it. Her face was beet red, her voice a screech that could have cracked the drive-through window. This wasn't just any tantrum. This was Linda Harper, the queen bee of her neighborhood's Homeowners Association, unraveling in a way I'd never forget. Linda was no stranger to our little community of Sunny Hills. As HOA president, she ruled with an iron fist, sending violation notices for the tiniest infractions. My own mailbox was apparently half an inch too tall, and don't get me started on the time she told me my fence was the wrong shade of white. There's a whole spectrum of approved whites, apparently, and mine wasn't on it. So, seeing her in line at McDonald's that day, 2 people ahead of me, I braced myself for something. But I didn't expect this. Everything started innocently enough. Linda ordered her usual filet-o-fish sandwich, her voice clipped and impatient as she scrolled through her phone. Then she asked for extra tartar sauce. The cashier, a kid who looked barely out of high school, politely explained there'd be a 25-cent charge per extra packet. That's when the air shifted. Linda's head snapped up, her eyes narrowing like she'd just been personally insulted. "Excuse me," she said, her voice low but sharp, like a knife being unsheathed. "You're charging me for sauce?" The cashier, bless her, tried to explain it was company policy, but Linda wasn't hearing it. "Do you know who I am?" she snapped, clutching her designer handbag like it was a shield. "I'm the president of the Sunny Hills Homeowners Association. I'm a pillar of this community. You don't charge people like me for tartar sauce." The line behind her was growing, people shifting uncomfortably, checking their watches. I could feel the collective eye roll building, but Linda? She was in her own world, oblivious to the chaos she was causing. "This is corporate greed," she shouted, her manicured hands sweeping a display of ketchup packets onto the floor. The poor cashier flinched, her hands trembling as she backed away. Customers were pulling out their phones now, recording the meltdown like it was the Super Bowl. Linda, undeterred, leaned over the counter, her purse dangling precariously as she jabbed a finger at the cashier. "Give me a manager. Now, I'm not Leah VYing until this is fixed." The manager, a middle-aged guy with a weary look of someone who'd seen it all, appeared and calmly reiterated the policy. "Big mistake." Linda's face twisted with indignation. "I pay taxes in this town," she bellowed. "I keep property values high. I make sure people like you can live in nice neighborhoods. The least you can do is give me my sauce for free." By now, half the restaurant had cleared out. Some people bolted for the mobile order pickup. Others just left. Me? I stayed. Part of it was hunger. Part of it was morbid curiosity. And yeah, part of me was enjoying watching Linda's perfect HOA facade crack. Then it got worse. When a manager stood his ground, something in Linda snapped. She grabbed a handful of condiment packets from the dispenser and hurled them across the counter. Ketchup packets splattered against the wall. A mayonnaise packet hit a soda machine. "This is outrageous," she screamed, slamming her fist so hard her massive diamond ring left a dent in the counter. "I'll shut this place down. I know people at corporate. You'll all be out of jobs by tomorrow." The crowd had backed away, phones still rolling. Linda, in her designer heels, stormed past the counter into the employee-only area, her heels clicking like gunshots on the tile. She cornered the manager against the drink machine, demanding his name, his boss's name, and the corporate hotline. "I want badge numbers," she shrieked, as if she were in a police precinct instead of fast food joint. "I'm documenting everything from my lawsuit." I noticed an employee slip to the back, phone in hand, probably calling for help. Another worker was quietly herding customers to the far side of the restaurant, away from Hurricane Linda. She didn't seem to care that she was being recorded, or maybe she was too far gone to notice. The manager, to his credit, stayed calm, asking her to step back and lower her voice. But that just poured gas on the fire. Linda's tirade hit fever pitch, her face inches from his as she screamed about respect and how she paid his salary. Then came the sirens. They started faint, cutting through the chaos like a distant warning. Within minutes, 2 police officers walked in. Linda was so caught up in her rant, she didn't notice until one tapped her shoulder. "Ma'am, we need you to step outside," the female officer said, firm but polite. Linda spun around, startled, then smirked like she'd just won the lottery. "Finally," she said, "I want to report this place for discrimination and emotional distress." The officer's expression didn't budge. "Actually, ma'am, we're here because of a disturbance. The restaurant wants you to leave." Linda's jaw dropped. "Excuse me? Do you know who I am? I'm the president of Sunny Hills HOA. I oversee 300 homes. I have friends on the city council." The officers were unmoved. They told her to leave voluntarily or be escorted out. That's when Linda lost it completely. "This is absurd," she yelled, whipping out her phone. "I'm calling my lawyer. You'll all be named in my lawsuit." When the officers moved to guide her out, Linda flailed, her free arms swinging wildly. "Don't touch me. This is assault. I'm a respected community leader." It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. One officer warned her she was being arrested for disorderly conduct, trespassing, and resisting arrest. Her eyes widened as handcuffs appeared. "This is ridiculous," she screamed as the cuffs clicked shut. "I demand to speak to your super VY SOAR. This is police brutality." All this, over 25 cents worth of tartar sauce. The officers led her outside, her protests echoing across the parking lot. "I know the mayor. This will ruin my reputation," she wailed as they placed her in the patrol car. Her voice faded as the doors closed, but the drama was far from over. By the time I got back to my office, my phone was blowing up with notifications from the neighborhood Facebook group. Someone had posted a VY Deo of the whole thing, and it was going VY row. Local news picked it up, with headlines screaming about an HOA president's fast food meltdown. The fallout was brutal. Within 2 days, residents organized a petition to boot Linda from the HOA board, citing Biha VY or unbecoming of a leader. It racked up over 200 signatures in Horse a Miracle for a neighborhood that could barely agree on pool hours. 3 days later, Linda faced a judge who wasn't buying her sob story about a bad day. She was slapped with a DO Law 1,200 fine, 40 hours of community SARE VYC, and an anger management course. As the sentence was read, her face crumpled, her carefully crafted image shattered over a packet of sauce. Word spread like wildfire, and Linda became the talk of Sunny Hills, and not in a good way. The woman who'd once lorded over our mailboxes and fences was now a cautionary tale. All because she couldn't handle a 25-cent charge. So what do you think? Was Linda's meltdown just a bad day? Or does it reveal something deeper about entitlement? Should the police have stepped in, or was this overkill for a fast food spat? And let's be real, have you ever lost it over something small like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this story got your blood pumping, and subscribe for more wild tales like this one. Let's keep the conversation going.